Well, hello there.
Oh, what's going on?
How's everyone doing?
How y'all doing? What's going on? What you doing, and you do it. I was trying to make a little song up, but I just couldn't get
Why don't you do
do
what you do when you do what you
what you do.
do to me?
Ah, ooh. That's where we are.
That's my best Beyonce. She was hitting them notes.
Yeah, she definitely hit that little note. And of all the
Got her
stuff,
little 24 million.
listen. If you need me to sing like that for 24 million, baby, I will be singing all that. Let me tell you something. It'll be 4:30 in the morning. I will hit that note. I've been drinking.
Drinking. Mm-hmm. Hallelujah.
What's going on? So I see Desmond. I see Eccentric. Who else is all here? How's everybody doing? How was your week like? What's going on?
Ooh, how was your week?
You know what? This week was or since last week, it was okay. I don't have really real complaints. It was a week, but I will say, and I mentioned this to you before, I realized that at the job I've been hooked into some bullshiggity as far as I'm concerned, because I have someone that I'm supervising that isn't quite doing what they're supposed to be doing, and the groundwork and all that stuff was laid before I got there. But of course, since they report directly to me, I have to do the dirty work, and so it's bothering me because I had to literally send this letter out, and it just bothers me. But I mean, let me be clear. My boss told me to do it, so that's what I'm doing. So that's where we're at.
Right.
But it's just the idea that I can affect someone's livelihood that just kind of didn't sit real well with me, and they have choices at this particular point, and so we'll see what happens as the days go on. So that's where we're at.
But the thing is, is there something that they were supposed to do that they didn't do?
Very much so. And all of that happened before I got
know
there.
that, right?
Yeah, it's been very clearly stated to them, and but hey, it's like I get it. But other than that, it's been cool. It's been cool. I've been trying to, baby steps. I've been trying not to spend so much money outside of the house since I, went grocery shopping and all that good stuff. I need to cook some of this food, which almost, that happened tonight. But I kind of almost forgot what night it was for some reason. I'm like in there in the kitchen trying to sling some titties up and shit. I got pork chops on the stove and shit, and I'm trying to get and I was like, bitch, what is it? It's like, oh shit. So yeah, so we, we just cut a little close, and it just is what it is.
Every Wednesday, like clockwork, since January 2018.
Listen, all I'm telling you is, in that moment, I was driven by the food. It was like food madness. That's what it was. That's what it was. That's what it was.
It's all good. Not reefer madness, food madness.
Great, yeah, food madness. Not listen. There is no reefer madness for me. The only reefer madness for me might be a Reese's peanut butter cup or a chocolate covered almond, possibly, but that's about it. But bougie, yes, this is probably this is an ongoing situation that has happened, and it happened way before I got there and was sealed in the deal since I've been there. So yeah.
Listen, and so in that case, like, how bad can you feel? I mean, you're a good person, so you feel bad about it. But listen, like we was having a conversation with one of our brothers yesterday, and he was talking about how, I don't like how they, always be on top of me and asking me stuff. Now, he did have some valid points. They talk all the time. They said that they don't want you working after hours. So that means don't be emailing me at 5 o'clock in the morning. And you can't say, we don't expect you to be available after work hours and then be upset that you don't respond to an email that comes at 5 o'clock in the morning. Because I'm going to tell you, I don't log on until 8 o'clock. So I am sleep there. And you're not on my do not. You are not an exception to my do not disturb list.
Yeah, I am right there with you. And I told all my staff, like, listen, please do not call me after 5 o'clock because I'm not going to answer. Like, if it's an emergency of some sort, you have my telephone number, you can reach me. But if it's work related, I'm probably not going to answer. So you might as well just not call me. So
right.
I'm not.
And the kind of work that I do and the kind of work that you do, there are no emergencies. If the train stop running, don't call me because I do not know what to tell you.
Yeah, like now you can text me in the morning because I told you the best way to get me is if you text me to tell me you're going to be late. Great, because I'm not checking any teams and all of this stuff. I'm not doing any of that. You can text me to tell me you're going to be late. That's fine. I appreciate that. But at night,
but
what you need to do?
One of the things I was very blunt with him. He was saying, I don't like this. He said it feels like micromanaging where they expect you to be at your desk all day. And I was like, girl, they expect you to be at your desk all day.
Yes, all day. That's what they're paying you for.
I expect you to be available. If we agree that your work hours are between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m., when I email you, I'm not saying you got to email me within 10 seconds, but he was like, it was only like 45 minutes. I was like, that is 40 minutes too long because we don't pay you to wash your clothes. Won't pay you to fix a sandwich. Won't pay you to run to the store. We pay you for whatever it is that you're supposed to do. And to me, if you are in your house, it's reasonable to expect that if I email you that within 10 minutes, you will hit me back. And if it goes beyond 20 minutes, it's a problem. And it's usually not something critical. But for me, it's like, you fucking it up for everybody.
That part.
The work at home. The work at home thing. Because, lots of managers, and yes, I'm a manager now, but just I understand the situation. Lots of managers are already iffy about work at home and stuff. And then listen, if you got to go to the grocery store, I go to the grocery store or run errands, but you know what I always have with me?
That motherfucking device that you can get back to people.
You look back at the shit
phone, something.
Sometimes the answer is easy and you just can reply right there while you were in the frozen food section.
Listen, I was trying to be very nice because I know that they have this. Listen,
I know
I'm gonna say this.
They are sensitive and highly strung.
I'm gonna say this also. They may be sensitive and highly strung, but I will say this, and this is in all love. We are in two different generations, and my attitudes about things are a little bit different.
You and I had the same attitude about these things.
Right. So what I'm sensing from a lot of other people that may be from a different generation, one that's younger or those that are younger than me, is that everything is you're entitled to it or you're supposed to have it or people are supposed to take these things into account. And the way I was raised and what I remember, nothing is you're not entitled to anything except to like stay black, pay taxes and die. And and a couple of them you ain't really got to do. You can make some changes on that too.
Right.
That's about it.
And so to be like, oh, well, I don't really, I'm not in the headspace to answer your questions. I was like, girl,
You're on the fucking payroll. You'll be
I
in the
love
motherfucking
you. I
headspace when
was like,
you're on my fucking payroll.
baby, I love you. But if you are not in the headspace to answer the questions that's being posed to you, now his situation was a little different because this guy was apparently being a dick. But I'm
Well,
just saying in general, because I've heard that before where people are like, I just don't want to really be bothered with people. Well, I mean, so here are your options. Life is always full of choices. And if you don't want to be bothered, then you don't want to work here.
choice.
Because, I mean, I feel like I'm a very easy person to work for. Like I told one of the guys on my team, he was like, well, what do we do for MLK holiday? I was like, well, you're supposed to put down 8 hours off, but girl, just make the shit up during the week. I mean, I'm not going to sweat you over these 8 hours, but in exchange for me sort of doing all of that, when I email you, your ass better be available. And people that have those things that move their mouse, I was like, girl, that is not as foolproof as you think it is. Because, first of all, remember how that one time you tried to get over on your mother and she was like, baby, everything you have done, you're trying to do, I have already done. So
Exactly.
all the little work stunts that you're trying to pull by having a machine that move your mouse and everything. See, because I'm the kind of bitch that will email you and it'll just be like, hey, and I'll wait to see how long it takes for you to respond.
Right. Wait a minute. And then one time, my mom did that shit to me one time. She said, I don't even know what the fuck it was, but what she said was she went all the way there. She was like, and don't try to do X, Y, and Z, one, two, three, elemental P, P, D, Q. And I was sitting there like, damn, did I just witness a masterclass? Bitch, what?
Exactly.
I didn't even think about that. I was like, what? Like
Because,
it was
baby, I know all about pulling a work stunt. I
yeah.
know how to pull a work stunt. So you're getting the machine
Keep talking. Get some
to
water. Get some water.
move your mouse and whatever is not going to work for me because we need to be very clear on a couple of things. This job can be real easy or you can make it real hard by trying to get over on me. And that's not going to
Right.
work for you because usually if I'm reaching out to you,
She wants her
right,
funds.
right. So, all of that. And that's why old boy got let go because there was one too many times where we were like, tough guy. I'm not going to use his real name. It's like tough guy. You got a meeting at 11:30 and why aren't you on it? Because even though he's the program manager, sometimes I join in because I'm supposed to be like aware of all of the programs, not just his. And I'm like, well, where is tough guy on this meeting? And then so I called him and he was like, oh, I'm on my way back from lunch. Girl, you knew you had a meeting at this time, right? Why would you not be? I'm not saying you can't go get lunch. I mean, listen, who among us does not love a Bojangles blueberry biscuit? I mean, so I mean, I'm not mad at you for going to get lunch. I'm mad at you for not doing the work that you are paid to do and being at lunch instead of doing that. And I'm just like, yeah, that's not acceptable.
Right.
It's not acceptable for you to not be at your desk. This expectation that everybody is going to like work around your emotional states all the time. I'm like, girl, I don't care about none of that. I mean, I
Listen.
do care. I do want you to be good about whatever, but it's work. It's not leisure. I mean, there's plenty of days I don't want to come to work, but it's every day that I eat or no, that I don't want to come to work, I still want to get paid.
I
So
still
my
want to be
mom's
able to go buy my food. I still want to be able to pay my electricity bill. I still want to be able to pay my rent.
bougie girl said, "Letting your business get you fired." Exactly, honey. My money and this lifestyle I have become accustomed to is way too important, for whatever. And yeah, lots of people work for real assholes, but honey, get it together. Get it together. That's why when a lot of girls be like, "Hey, can you recommend me for a job?" No, girl, because you done told me all your business. You done told me all of the bullshit that you do at the job you got now. So why would I willingly put myself up for that?
Child.
So if you have ever told me about a time when you pulled a stunt at your job, don't come to me talking about can you help me get a job at my company. No, girl, because they're gonna look at me crazy.
Right. And that's the first thing they do. They'll be like, well, and it's not your fault per se that you did that they did whatever they did, but they are looking at you side eye because they're like, "Bitch, didn't you recommend this motherfucker? Isn't this,
Mm-hmm.
like, isn't this what you're doing? It's like you that's how you recommend to people? Okay." Mm.
Listen, everybody that starts at my job, I always tell them, don't ask me a question that is Googleable.
Bougie girl, you silly. She's talking about, did you see her comment?
Yeah, I saw it. Damn it. I got hair to buy and ain't no Indian wholesaler let me do Megan tricks for follicles. I mean, listen, that whole thing about find a job that's your passion. Shall doing this shit for Amtrak ain't a passion. It's something
Listen,
that I'm good at and something that they pay me well for. And that's about it. My passions are all outside of the office. But I
if
don't
people
know.
find those jobs, I commend them because that's amazing that you found something that you absolutely love. I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel like work and all that. That's amazing. I have yet to find that for myself.
The things that
That's
I'm
not a core
passionate
passion
about
for me.
are, like writing and traveling and all that stuff.
Right,
I just haven't developed that into a workable career. I've
right.
managed to do this into a workable career, and I actually enjoy what I do. And there's a difference between enjoying and being comfortable with what you do and having a passion for it. I do
Yeah.
not have a passion for it, but I'm good.
Yeah, I don't have a passion for it. I don't want to sit there and tell these people about how you're supposed to fill out this paperwork. I don't have a passion for that. And you
Right,
not even listen to what the hell I'm telling you to do.
right.
But, but okay. But I'm passionate about getting the paycheck.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna be passionate about this so I can get my paycheck.
So I today at work on the first day of Black History Month, I joined a couple of employee resource groups. Those are like affinity groups. So I joined the affinity group, the ERG for the blacks, and I joined the ERG for the gays.
So what's ERG? Employee
Employee resource group. So it's like an affinity group. So it's like a group for
Okay.
the blacks, and then they have one like for Asian Pacific Islanders. They have one for Latinos. They have one for people who have some sort of a disability, and a couple of others. But
Okay.
I joined the ones for the blacks and the gays, and I'm gonna see how it goes because I'm trying to lead into this being a team player kind of person because I've always been a team player at work, but I'm very much of you get a work Brian from 8 a.m. to 5, and then after 5 p.m. I'm out and then I live my life.
Right.
I'm not into let's all hang out after work, let's do these other activities. Like I would look at people that would like when you go to Pride and you see like the Deloitte and the Deloitte gays, and I'm like, girl, are they paying y'all for this?
Yeah. I
So I'm just like, but then I was like, all right, if I'm going to make this my career in the place that I'm going to retire from in 12 to 15 years, then I need to be a team player. But both the blacks and the gays are known to be draining.
listen.
So I'm gonna join it, but I'm gonna stay at arm's length. I don't know that I'm gonna be on nobody committee, and I'm definitely not gonna be in charge of nobody's committee because I'm not going to do that. It was interesting to me because once I joined the gays, uh, I looked on the distro list to see if there was any people that I assumed was gay, and then everybody that I saw on the list, there were three people, and I was like, oh, child, you've got gay face. I mean, so So that was cute. And speaking of being social, so Spesh said I can't with the ERGs anymore. It's too much. Exactly. And I'm not going to let it be too much. Because baby, I joined that shit at noon, and by 1 o'clock I had 20 emails. I
Shit.
had to create a rule to put that shit in the folder because I was like, I don't even need this cluttering up my inbox because nothing y'all are going to say to me is that important. So
Yeah, I listen. I get it because at up at the Brain Factory, the universities and stuff. There's a couple of groups, and the only reason, and I already
they got a
know.
group for the gays at the Brain Factory.
First of all, at the Brain Factory, it's the gays are everywhere. So let's start
That's
with.
true.
And then the problem is when you start getting into the different groups, it's always messiness that ensues because it just kind of is there. And so my
Keep
grace.
talking. I realized I got to turn. I had to plug in my laptop before it died. So keep
Okay.
talking.
Yeah, my grace actually started working again back at the Brain Factory, and so we were laughing and joking about that because she then tells me about getting all the good information at this one with this one particular group. So I am going to join this one particular group because it is going to be nice to kind of network, and I am very much of a work behind the scenes type of person. Like I will if my job entails me to do whatever my job entails me to do, I'm going to try to do that. But then if it's easier for me to get stuff done behind the scenes by going to someone because I know that they can do X, Y, and Z for me, listen, that's a phone call or that's a meeting or that's an email. Listen, that's what I'm gonna do because it works because we have a good relationship. You know what I'm trying to do. I don't have to make it all formal. I can just tell you this is what I'm trying to do. This is where I want to go. What can I get from you? How can I do this? Whatever. So that's one of the reasons why I want to try to become a part of the group, just so I
Yeah.
can cut down some of the red tape or whatever, and some of the formalities that I find a bit draining uh, with some of the folk at the Brain Factory. I'll say that.
Right. So what I'm trying to do is find a couple of I'm trying to find the intersectionality between the blacks and the gays and see if I can find a couple of the black gays that I could kiki with. And because Amtrak is a huge bureaucracy. So even like simple shit is complicated. So like having people that can help you walk through stuff at the office will be cute. Speaking of
Yep.
trying to be a team player, so one of the women on my team had been after me for like weeks to be like, hey, we need to go out to a happy hour. Huh?
Oh, I was like, after you, I was like, what? The straight women is
No,
now
honey,
becoming that.
after me to join her for happy hour.
Oh,
No,
okay, got you. I was like, that's what we doing now. Okay.
no, girl. No, that was never going to happen. Although she is gorgeous. She is gorgeous. And
Like I just don't remember some of these straight women being that aggressive. But okay, but I'm
no,
I'm totally wrong.
I don't, there is a set of women who love big black men, and they are not at all shy about telling you all of the things. And then you be like, but I'm gay, and they be like, and I
So
mean, it
what
don't
that
be
got
quite like that, but right.
you're like,
You got a penis, right?
right,
But
it still works.
no, it's never like that. It's not like that with this woman. But it felt like, I mean, I've not been shy about being a homosexual. I've not been shy about it. And I felt like she was trying to find like a gay kiki partner. And I just generally, I mean, like, I know Tyra, me and Tyra go way back, but it felt like I just don't generally, especially at work, I'm generally not looking for a Grace. I'm not a Will looking for a Grace. I'm not a Jack looking for a Karen. I am just a
Yeah.
homosexual at the office who is not afraid or shy about doing that. But I'm not one of those gays who have lots of female friends, and that doesn't mean I don't like women, but I'm not interested in kikiing the way you see a lot of straight women and gay men kiki. You know, we're never. So we went out to happy hour and it was cute, and I'm about to tell you about that. But it's never going to be like, hey, girl, on a Saturday morning, what you doing? Let's go shopping. We're not doing that. We're not going to brunch. I'm not inviting her to no drag shows. I don't even really go to drag shows myself. But you know, I'm not going to be like, hey, you should come by the Hyatt, you know, on MLK weekend to no. We're still keeping it cute. But she did invite me to happy hour, and she kept inviting me, and I was not really blowing her off, but I never prioritized making the time to do it. And so finally I was just like, all right, girl, let's do this, so we went to this place in Bowie. It's Upper Bowie because it's just past like Springdale area and where the New Carrollton metro station is. It's called Grace's. I had never heard of Grace's, but apparently every other Negro in Southern PG County had.
Well, I mean, come on.
It's a little Chinese food spot. The drinks were quite festive. I got my little lemon drop shots, and
I'm good with a lemon drop shot. Mm-hmm.
All right, Tyra, you are right. I have not prioritized us hanging out, and I do care for you in a way that I don't care for any of these hoes.
Listen, Bougie, calm down. You will forever hold a place. Calm down. No one is replacing you.
But we do owe her brunch.
We owe who brunch?
We're not paying for it, but we just owe a date out to brunch with Tyra.
Is she gonna make it?
Ooh, here we go.
I mean, I just want to know. I just wanted to ask that question. I'm just saying.
So while y'all figure that, yes, Grace's is very tasty. We started off with lemon drop shots, and those were delicious. And then I got my lemon drop martini. They got other drinks, and it ended up being me, this woman, another person, and then this dude on our team. And baby, the more the drinks going, the more people started telling all of the Amtrak business, and I was here for it. But the purpose of this story is to talk about the delicious drinks, and they called them fragrant salt and pepper wings.
She's stupid.
I know, eccentric. I did walk right into that one. I set myself up. So when we get off of this call, bougie girl, we're going to talk about where we're going to go to brunch. Not this weekend, but the 12th, on the 12th.
Send her several reminders.
Ooh, here we go. Here we go. Here the fuck we go. Here the fuck we go. Anyway, so they had these fragrant salt and pepper. Well, they started off with the calamari, and the calamari was delicious. Then they had the fragrant. I love calamari with the rings, and it was with the salt and the pepper. Now the little tentacles, I don't fuck with the tentacles, but the rings, delicious. Then we had the salt and pepper wings, and then my coworker.
She is wearing me out.
She is giving you the business.
She is wearing me out.
And then so my coworker was like, we have to try the lamb chops. And I was like, I don't see the lamb chops on this menu. She was like, trust me, it's on the appetizer menu. So they brought out these lamb chops. And it was an appetizer. You get 2 bones. 2 meaty ass bones. I don't know where they got these lambs from, but this was mutton almost. No, they
was out of Shirley Caesar's kitchen because she got
right.
Potatoes,
so they bought the lamb, and then I took a bite, and baby, I almost nutted right there. That lamb was so fucking good. And then she was like, let's get the garlic sauce. And then so they bought like 4 rounds of the 4 little containers of this little white garlic sauce. And dipped the lamb in the garlic sauce, and baby, I nutted again. That lamb was so good. And I
Lamb,
mean, I'm not a huge like I will probably never go somewhere and order like a lamb shank or a rack of lamb,
yeah,
but
like
the little petite lunge lamb chops, where you get like three or four or five or six of the bones, baby, it was like perfectly seasoned. It was so fucking good that as I was, it's one of those things where you're eating it and you know that you're getting down to the end. And like after the first one, you was like, yes, I still got a second one. Bitch, I'm about to fuck this second bone up. And then as you're eating it, you're like, it's almost gone. And then when you get to that last bite, you're like,
wait,
after I eat this last bite, it won't be no more lamb.
listen, you sound like me when I'm high and I had a Reese's cup. I swear to God, because it's like I eat them in 4 bites. I'll be like, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the one. And then I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, the first cup is gone. Right? I go back, got a whole another one. Then I'm like, oh, bitch, it's gonna be gone in a minute.
Right. That's why I get the 4-pack. And then when you finish that
Oh,
third one, you're like, oh shit, I still got one more. And then you eat that one slowly. You just eat all of the little off the side, and then you take it and you savor it and you suck on it and let it sort of melt in your mouth. And then you got that last bite of the Reese's peanut butter cup, and you're like, fuck. And you're like, this is it another one? Did I get the 5-pack this time?
listen.
Nope. So yes, so we will have to go hit Grace's.
Okay.
In fact, maybe that's where we'll go. Maybe we won't have brunch. We'll just have like a long, like Sunday afternoon happy hour.
So, sure, I'm game for that. We just want to make
Don't
sure.
don't do it. Don't
No,
do it.
no. I was gonna say we just want to make sure that it's a time that that it's convenient for everyone.
That is true because
That's
it is I know you don't celebrate
I
the
do not.
the
I
the,
will be
the,
wearing.
the, the day of the red.
I'll be wearing all fucking black, and I might even have a veil on. I protest the holiday. I don't. No. Mm-mm.
All right. Well, we will have a Sunday on February the 12th, assuming everyone is available. We will have a Palentine's Day uh, afternoon happy hour with lots of drinks, lamb chops, chicken wings, and what else did? Oh, and the octopus, the calamari.
Y'all on your own with that one.
They had other stuff too. I mean, they had like a whole full menu. They had lots
Oh no,
of
yeah,
really good food.
I appreciate that, but I'm just saying the calamari. Y'all on your own with that one. I'm gonna let
Yeah.
y'all all to yourselves.
Oh, eccentric Buster already went to their website and looked them up. Baby, them lamb chops will change your fucking life. I swear to God.
Is they're life changers for you? They are.
Those were life-changing lamb chops.
Okay. Well, so
Like
you know
I've
what?
been every day. I cannot express to you how every day since last Thursday I have thought about those fucking lamb chops.
Okay, that's life changing. Okay.
Like every day, like I've been trying to justify. Like Volt was in town for a day with meetings and stuff. So he was like, "Hey, Briss, you want to go out for dinner?" Because other stuff got canceled, and I was like, I could go drive all the way into DC and then drive all the way about out to Grace's for these lamb chops, but then I was like, no, that feels like a lot. So
Hey, Lynx, what's going on? Yes, that's all right. You're here though. You flying around the globe trotting. So we're glad you're here.
oh, Grace's has food that's clean enough for you to ditch your friends for your dumb DNA appointments.
So that may or may not be true, but the thing is, we just want to make sure
Mm-hmm.
that you make it there, so that I can ditch you if the opportunity comes up.
Yes.
That's it. That's
And
all.
so that was Thursday. We had the bomb ass lamb chops. And then Friday, me and Azamek got on the road to go to Jersey for Steel Toe's birthday. So that was nice. Had a cute little he just had a little small thing, and he didn't really invite anybody else, but because of some stuff that we've done together over the past year or two, he was like, "Hey, if you're free," and I was like, "You know what? I did say I want to get away and start doing other things." So we drove up and had a cute little cocktail party. Sub Forge, it was a caterer in another life,
Okay.
and lick by persuasion, bitch. She has very strong feelings about this.
She does.
She does.
She
But
does. We will
we
acknowledge her feelings on her not being available to talk about them at any other time.
yes. And then so that was cute. The little cocktail party was cute. And then Saturday during the day, we went back to Jersey Gardens because there is no tax on clothes and shoes. So I bought a few things. So Eccentric will appreciate this. We were at this store called Cahoe's. It's like part of the Burlington Coat Factory family,
Okay.
and they had an entire high vis jumpsuit.
Hmm.
It was the orange high vis with
Yeah.
the day glow,
Uh-huh.
for $20.
You did get it, right?
I was debating on whether I was not going to get it, but then of course I got it.
It's like, what the fuck do you mean? What is the debate? Like, what the fuck do it's $20?
And then they also, because I actually am in love with those red tennis shoes that I had on all weekend at
Okay.
ML.
Okay.
So I was like, you know what? I really do need some day glow like color tennis shoes. So they also had these pony tennis shoes in bright ass yellow and bright ass orange for
So,
$12.99 a piece.
so you got both.
Of course.
Yeah.
So for less than $50, I got my high vis jumpsuit and two pairs of tennis shoes, and I was good to go. So, and of course, there was no tax on that. Then Saturday night, Steel Toe had the second part of his birthday, which was a dungeon party,
Mm-hmm.
and that was fun. And it was shenanigany. It was very shenanigany, very shenanigany.
Okay. We'll sidebar afterwards.
All I will say is that at some point I was doing something and all I could hear is Della Reese in the back of my head. I have got a girl whose pussy is so good. If you threw it up in the air,
Turn into sunshine.
and baby, at one point I was inside sunshine.
Was that the one that you were making sure you were definitely that was gonna happen?
Yes. I don't know who the fuck is this calling me at the girls be calling at odd hours wanting bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
remember we had a very specific conversation about one that you were saying, "Oh no, it's going to happen." You're like, I'm like, yeah.
Oh no, that did not happen.
Okay. All right.
Because she was playing Paulina Pure Pussy that night.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you one thing, Miss Penelope Pitstop. I don't know what. Listen.
Oh, I did not put as much energy into that I think as I could have, because Azamek was there with me, so I had that energy there. Plus, there was like two or three others that were demanding my attention, so we got that. But
Okay.
I had an absolutely wonderful time. So it was a cute little getaway. So I was very happy about that. In fact, going back to Grace's, Azamek and I are going there Friday for lamb chops and calamari and stuff. So good times.
All right. All right.
So how was your week?
I didn't do any traveling.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have any lamb chops. I didn't do any dungeon parties. But I
Oh,
was
are you
covered.
coming for LLC?
Say it again.
LLC.
Am I going?
Yeah.
No. Is this another conversation that we need to have? See, I want y'all to see this is how everything starts off. This is the witness. I hadn't planned on it, no. But why? What do we need to have a conversation about this?
No, your vodka friend is not coming. Child, she in fact,
That is not a reason that I will be coming down there for that.
child, did I tell you that I didn't know what his real name was or what his name was at all because I remember the experience, remember what he looked like, but I did not know his name.
He has a name?
He has a name. And remember, he was there performing a service for the event.
Photographer guy,
I
picture
was trying
man,
not to put all his business in the street, but yes.
uh,
And so
hors
he
d'oeuvre holder. Like what? I don't know. I don't
he
know.
initially made an inquiry about doing it again for the last LLC. Then we talked on the phone, and then I think I understood that he was that guy. And
Mm-hmm.
then he understood who I don't know because he never responded. All I know is that we never heard from him again. And so everybody in LLC jokingly blames me for ruining him. And I was like, if he gonna blame anybody, blame Epic. Because all I did was stand there.
How the fuck did I even get in the equation? Like, oh,
But no, it's no particular reason why you need to come. I was just wondering if you were going to come. Because who else is so like Steel Toe's going to be there, like a couple other people are going to be there, and I thought it would be perfect for a photo shoot and just a weekend of shenanigans. It's links. It is March 10th through the 12th.
let me put this in my calendar.
So listen, I mean, you don't have to come for the whole week. If at the most you could take off like
Ooh,
Friday.
that's a pay week, so that's good. That's a good thing. Okay, come on.
Okay, that's always a good start.
That's a good start. We'll start this thing all right. Okay.
March, my birthday month is also a month when I get paid 3 times, so I'm super happy about that. So since we get paid 3 times every 2 weeks, at least twice a year, there's a month where we get 3 paychecks, and so I am 100% here for it.
Okay.
But yeah, March 10th through the 12th is Leather Leadership Conference.
All right. Because I've had a break. It's been about 3 years since I've been.
Yeah.
About 3 years, yeah. The last time I remember walking in the room, you were a little occupado. I was like, hey, I'll call back later. All right, bye.
That was the same weekend.
I know. I'm just saying.
So we had our adventure on Saturday night. No. We had our adventure on Friday night during when Onyx had its suite. So remember, because he was standing in there talking all kinds of shit, and then we was like, "Well, let's go to our room and see if you could prove the shit." And then when he pulled his pants down and that funk rose up, it was a wrap for me.
It was a lot. But anyway.
Links to answer your question. Yes, I'm on the board. I'm the treasurer, and Volt is the chair of the board, and the host hotel is not full. So please book your rooms. In fact, that is like the most important thing is to fill our hotel block. So
Gotcha.
go to leatherleadership.org. It's in Atlanta, best friend. Oh, best friend can come too. Baby, we turn it out. Hold on. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. So hold on. Let me make sure I get it right.
Okay, I think I can. Let's work on this. March 10th through the 12th. I need to put that time in now to make that happen.
Yes.
And
The link is in the chat and I will share it on the screen for anyone. So the Leather Leadership Conference, I mean, it can get shenanigans at the event, but it is not a predominantly gay event, but it is a very leather event. It's for leather leaders. So the seminars and classes that they're going to have are not like how to clean out 101, or it's not about fisting or flogging. It's going to be, the classes are going to be about how to balance your budget or put on an event. So I think everybody, that is on this call that is part of the Leather King fetish community is a leader in one way or another. So exactly, best friend. Let me tell you, my boss is so down for arranging work trips around the week because we needed to go to Miami it was supposed to be last week or week before last, and I ended up not being able to go. But let me tell you how they engineered that whole trip so that they could spend the weekend in Miami.
Lord have mercy. We're gonna make it work.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna make it work. All right. Well,
Right. I'm trying to see if I can. The only thing about you taking a work trip to Atlanta, one, none of the facilities that I manage are in Atlanta, and two, I am not trying to ride the train to Atlanta.
yeah. You let me know. I'll let you know when I get to the airport.
Yeah, it's not happening. So and
That's
that'll work.
all I got. That's all.
Anyway, so we've successfully killed enough time. So let's get to these stories.
Yes, indeedy. Listen, this week a lot of our stories have been. It's a sad week. It's a sad time. It's just a lot of negative stuff. So I want to. It's not a trigger warning, but I just want to not a whole bunch of happy stuff going on that I can think of. But anyway, I want to start off. I found this first story on Huffington Post. Lisa Loring, the original Wednesday Addams. When you see the pictures of Jenny Ortega and they compare her to the old Wednesday, which was not Christina Ricci, but the first one on the television series where she's doing a little dance and she's shaking her feet. That was her, Lisa Loring. But she actually died. She was 64. Her friend Lori Jacobson reported the death on Facebook this past Sunday. Loring's daughter Vanessa confirmed the news to Variety, and they said that her mother went peacefully with both of her daughters holding her hands. And so she suffered a stroke and had been on life support for 3 days, and then her family made the difficult decision to take her off life support, and she passed. So condolences to Lisa's family. And she is definitely someone in the pop culture atmosphere that people have seen before. May not have known who she was, but she's definitely part of pop culture at this particular point.
Right.
Another tragedy for me, at least, because this was such a great part of my childhood. Laverne and Shirley star Cindy Williams. She's died as well. She was 75. And listen, you couldn't. I don't know if the gay gene had already kicked in at that particular point. Well, actually, yeah, it did, because I always thought Carmine Ragusa was so motherfucking sexy. Maybe I thought Carmine. Oh, that is from the waist down. Carmine was everything. I was like, oh my god, you was like thick all over, and like, oh god. Anyway, but she died after she had a short illness. And she had both her children, Zach and Emily. They gave a statement to CNN, and they said that. I'm just drawing a blank. Yeah, I'm sorry. They just made a statement to CNN that she had actually passed. Sorry. And Williams had an acting career that spanned 6 decades. It was her role in the Happy Days spinoff, Laverne and Shirley, that made her popular. But she's done several other films. She was even a BAFTA award recipient. She was also an American Graffiti. So I mean, she's a great actress, or she was a great actress. The Laverne and Shirley itself ran for 8 seasons, 1976 to 1983, and baby, she was starring opposite Penny Marshall, who was Laverne, who had the L on her chest. But that song, every time it came on, baby, listen, my gay gene was on. It was like Wonder Twin Powers activate. It was like, we're gonna do it. Listen, I love that song. Love that song. So our condolences to Cindy's family as well. Some good news. There is going to be a biopic about the King of Pop, Michael Jackson. It is going to be directed by Antoine Fuqua. My eyebrow's still a little raised on that for some reason. I'm not quite sure how I'm feeling about that. But the Michael Jackson will be played by his 26-year-old nephew, Jafar Jackson. Jafar is the son of Jermaine, and Jermaine's other child name that there's always together is Your Majesty. So we're just going to Jermaine's kids, Jafar and Your Majesty. We're gonna leave that alone. Fuqua talked about it and confirmed it on Instagram last week. But here's the thing. Go ahead.
I would actually be less annoyed if the other brother's name was Janier. Janier and Jafar.
I can't. All right. So
Anywho.
So the thing is, Jafar is actually a singer and a dancer, and he's a part of the Jackson family, so he has some talent there as well. There's even there's a clip of him in a song that he has called "You Got Me Singing," but it basically shows that he can sing a little bit, he can dance a little bit, he can act a little bit. He's been doing this since the age of 12, so I mean, he's been out there and he's a part of the Jackson family, and I'm sure Joe's training traits have probably passed down, whether it was just to Tito directly or Jermaine or all of them. But I'm sure they raised that boy in a couple different ways and made him do a couple different things to get on top of stuff. Now, is Jafar a excellent dancer, excellent singer? I mean, he's a part of the Jackson family. He kind of sounds the same.
Honestly, is it going to be like live singing required in this?
Listen, they have access to his catalog because the estate, the people who are in charge of Michael's estate are involved in this as well. And so there's a chance that there's going to be, not a chance, but they're going to be using some of his music catalog. They didn't necessarily say whether or not he was going to be singing something live or not, but I feel like he's going to probably want to try to put his stamp on this at some particular point in time in some way. We'll figure that out. I don't know. Fuqua is finishing up his The Equalizer 3 with Denzel Washington in Italy. And then he will start his draft. I'm sorry. He's finishing up The Equalizer 3 with Denzel Washington in Italy, and then he'll return his attention to this one, which is the production about Michael Jackson. Production will begin later this year, and we've heard from that Fuqua will draft his Emancipation and Equalizer 3 cinematographer Robert Richardson to be by his side. So the visuals that we got from the Equalizer and the visuals that we got from Emancipation, which I did not see, but from the Equalizer, I think, Equalizer 3, I think I'm going to enjoy that, but we'll see. But I'm a little iffy about Antoine right now. I don't know why, but something just feels a little. I don't know. It just feels a little off. I don't know. Best of luck with that. Brandon Smiley, we lost him as well. I just want to point that out. Ricky Smiley's son. He was 32 years old. Mm-hmm. There was no word on what happened, and it was a sudden passing. The one thing that Ricky Smiley was saying, or he said, was that he now understands and he can empathize with his grandfather because he said they both now experienced the loss of a child. And I do not have any children, and I definitely don't know what that feels like. I do know a lot of people that I've seen and know that have gone through it have said it's just so unnatural and it just shouldn't be that way and all these other things, my mom included. But I don't know that pain. So I'm sure he is dealing with it the best way he can. And so if there's more information that comes out about it, I'll definitely let you know. But again, this was something that we found on TV One's website, and they were talking about it as well. So you originally got to see Ricky Smiley's whole family on the Ricky Smiley For Real show. And that was a couple of years ago. But again, condolences to the Smiley family for losing Brandon and Ricky Smiley. Hopefully this will be there will be a phoenix rising out of these ashes in some way, shape, or form. So I don't know what that will be, whether it's a grandson or not, or whatever it may be, but something good, I hope, comes of this at some particular point in some way, some blessing.
Mm-hmm.
And lastly, what I did want to talk about, but I don't want to talk about at the same time because this is just it's a lot. So many of you may have heard that Tyree Nichols was pulled over, and basically at the end of the day, he was beaten to death by some Memphis police officers. And this particular article talked about. So let me stop before I even say that. It's awful that it's still happening in 2023. It's awful that we are still targeting young Black men and women. This particular article talked about a few things or mentioned a few things that I don't necessarily know if people knew, but I wanted to bring them out as well. At the time of his arrest, or when they were arresting him, and through the footage that they had on their cameras and everything else, they said that these Memphis police officers shouted 71 commands at Tyree within a 13-minute time span before officially announcing over the radio that he was in custody. Now, these orders were often simultaneous and contradictory. And they were issued in two locations, first next to his vehicle, and then the second to the area he fled and would be severely beaten. The Times said the newspaper analyzed all the available video, which included footage from police body cameras and street cameras. But then they said this, besides all that, despite the modern police training calls for one officer at the scene to issue clear and specific commands to avoid escalation and confusion, the cops did the exact opposite with Nichols while their body cameras were rolling. And it was just they were just saying that it was just so far out of the norm. Jeffrey Albert, a professor of criminology and criminal justice at the University of South Carolina, that's what he said when he was interviewed by the Times. He also explained the phenomenon of contempt of cop, when officials would physically punish civilians for what they perceived as disrespect or disobedience. And it was really more rampant in the 80s, but started to phase out in like the 90s and 2000s. Because when was Rodney King? That was 1990, in the 90s, I think it was.
Like 92.
Yeah. But another interesting thing that I wanted to bring out, or that this article pointed out, the five policemen that were, or five police officers that were arrested were Desmond Mills, Justin Smith, Emmett Martin, Tadarius Bean, and Demetrius Haley. And they were charged with second-degree murder, aggravated assault, and other offenses in connection to Tyree's death. Now, all five charged ex-cops will be arraigned in mid-February, and they're all Black. Memphis police said that the department relieved from duty a sixth police officer, Preston Hemphill, who participated in the initial traffic stop and used a taser, but was not directly involved in the first and second scenes where Nichols was physically abused and suffered severe injuries. According to Memphis Police's latest update, a seventh officer was also relieved from duty following Nichols' death, but that officer has not yet been identified. They are also in the Memphis Fire Department. They have terminated 3 EMTs, 2 of whom were Black and 1 of whom is white, after an investigation into Nichols' death found that they failed to conduct an adequate patient assessment on the victim. And this was according to the fire chief. All of those things that I just mentioned about who they were, what happened, the inconsistencies with how they were to approach a suspect, and one person shouting commands, those are all the interesting, not the interesting thing. Those are all the things that I wanted to point out. The sad part, which I shouldn't have to point out, is the fact that this man is gone. His life is taken. It was senseless. It was unnecessary, and it's still happening. And it is 2023, and it is still, his name has to be put out there with Breonna Taylor, with George Floyd, Trayvon Martin, and the other 52 people that were taken from us before their time. It's amazing to me that with this particular incident, that they are identifying that all of these police officers were Black, because it makes people now start to think about and understand why some people do not like cops, just in general, whether they are black or white or whatever. They just don't like them because it seems like it's almost like a hive mentality, and that they just feel as though they're just above everything, just above reproach. And it's like, no, 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 no. At the end of the day, heartfelt condolences and prayers go out to the family, but we just shouldn't be here. And I don't know. I'm trying not to get all emotional about it, but it is senseless. And it's hitting it a little bit differently this time. I don't know why, but it's hitting me a little bit differently this time. I don't know.
Yeah, anyway. I don't really have anything to add to that. It's, for my own peace of mind, I want the family I want the family to get the justice that they deserve, but I tried to watch the video, but then I was like, I do not need the video to witness for this man.
I do not. I just and it
yeah.
I just don't.
And like one of my coworkers made this joke, and he truly meant it as a joke. I do not think he meant it to be racist or whatever. Amtrak has a police department, so he was saying, if we ever need to get somewhere, we can always ride in the back of the Amtrak. Like they are sometimes used for that. I was like, there's no way in creation that I am willingly getting into the back of a police vehicle.
And let me tell you something. The back of a police vehicle is not comfortable. It is at all. So there's nothing to transport. We're not doing that.
Right. And so I was like, yeah, no. I think he was mostly joking, but I was totally serious when I was like, yeah, this is no.
It's never gonna happen. Not willingly.
I'll walk first.
Yeah, no, I'm good. So, but that's pretty much it for this. I can't imagine the pain and the sense of loss that you are feeling for your child, and then to find out that the people that are here to serve and protect are the people that have actually taken your child. I just can't imagine that. I can't imagine grieving and dealing with that. And then it's very public. It's going to be dragged out. It's going to be, all these accusations, and it's going to be all this conversation that they're probably going to try to dig some other stuff up on him, stuff that has absolutely nothing to do with this case. And they're going to try to, paint a picture of him one way versus another. And all of this, as a parent, you're going to have to sit and watch. You're going to have to sit and be party to them slandering and everything about your child and their life. And I it's sad, and it's not going to be, there's no quick resolution. It's just, it has to be dragged out. And that's the part that pains me at this particular point, because it's just there's no end in sight to this. It's not like, oh, this will only take a month and it'll be over with. And, after, or a couple of weeks, and after the funeral, we can start healing. No, this is going to go on, because, they're going to sue, and they like,
right.
There's justice needs to be served. So I just, I don't know. Enough of that. How about those Dolphins? I'm trying to change it over to sports ball to figure out, oh, it's not the Dolphins. It's the Eagles. And who else? Who's in the Super Bowl?
The Kansas City Chiefs, I think.
Yeah, I'm watching this for Rihanna and Rihanna only. Let me be clear. And the commercials.
I don't even really, care that much about Rihanna. I feel like, well, I don't even have regular TV anymore, so I don't even know where I would watch it. Like, I don't have broadcast TV anymore, so I have to see where it's streaming.
Okay. Well, I don't know if this is the part where I don't know if this is the part where I'm supposed to extend an offer to come and watch the game.
No, girl. That is 100%. When is the Super Bowl? Is it this Saturday or next Saturday? Or Sunday? Hold on,
It's
Alexa.
it's a Sunday.
When is the Super Bowl?
Super Bowl 57 between the Chiefs and Eagles kicks off next Sunday, February 12th at 6:30 p.m.
It's the
The game will be
12th.
shown on
Yes,
Fox.
12. Okay.
Oh, well, you know what that
Follow
means.
the Green Bay Packers to stay informed
Thank
on
you,
current NFL
Alexa. Stop. Who's telling me all of this other show? I barely gave a shit about that. If we go out on the 12th, Bougie Girl, it's gonna have to be early because I am not trying to get stuck.
That's but that's Sunday. That's Sunday for brunch.
Well, we can do it on a Saturday. We could go out on a Saturday, so we'll figure it out. I just don't want to be in there with all of those people because they have they had several TVs on sports when I was there, so it's not like a sports bar, but all of those Negroes there, was very sportsy.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I might start itching or something. I don't know. I can't do this. Too much sports ball. I can't do all that.
But and plus, all of the dudes will be all over Bougie Girl, and she'll be eating it up. So so maybe that's a reason to go.
Listen, if we go into Grace's Bougie, you know the routine, girl. Listen, kick the girls up with a low cut and a nice little leg out and a little ankle something in a heel. Girl, listen, we're gonna sit you at the bar. We're gonna get all the drinks together, and we good. You know how this is. You know what this is.
Exactly. Well, in the meantime, let's show this beautiful bean footage.
Yes, indeedy.
Oh, Link said I could. Bougie Girl said we could also watch it on Paramount Plus, and Link's mentioned that we are also watching for Cheryl Lee Ralph because she's singing the Negro National Anthem.
That's cute, but wait a minute. Can we also talk about the fact that the internet is going crazy over Anita singing the national anthem, and maybe I missed something, but the little snippet that I heard, she didn't sound bad. Maybe I missed. What am I missing? Is it?
Yeah, this is the first time hearing about it.
The internet is going crazy over Miss Anita Baker singing the national anthem, and apparently they're saying that she sounded horrible. And I was like, again, I didn't see the whole thing. I just saw a snippet of it, but I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what? I don't know. And on this day, February 1, out here in these motherfucking internet streets, I have now understood that Miss Beyonce has announced her concert tour dates.
Wait a minute. Where? I didn't see that.
Listen, the internet says you didn't see it. It's been listen. Everybody on Facebook that even remotely is close to Beyonce or think they're part of the Hive, she announced some dates. Now the tickets didn't go on sale, but she just announced the tour and what the dates are and where they're going to be.
Okay, so where
DC
any place we're going to be? Okay, all of this is UK, Europe,
go down to
North
July.
American dates. Okay, she's going to be in Philadelphia on July the 12th. I'm just looking for places that are like close to us.
DC is August, I think it is.
DC is August the 5th. All right, I'm about to set an upper limit for these tickets.
Baby, listen, I don't know what these tickets are going to be like, but I'm going to tell you right now, I was not paying $300 for Janet tickets. I am not paying $300 for Beyonce tickets. That's what I'm not going to do. I'm not doing that. So hopefully we can stay in that one range. but I'm not doing 300. I'm not. If I didn't do it for
I had also said that I would well, the number that I came up with my mind instantly was 500. So that feels like the max that I would pay for Beyonce tickets.
for one ticket or for two tickets?
For one ticket. I have to register to buy the tickets, and it's a lottery to buy the tickets. Well, fuck y'all. I mean, not you, Desmond, but girl, bye.
I listen. I'm gonna go ahead and wish all y'all well. Because I just can't do it. I cannot. And then on top of that, we got Janet. Then you got Beyonce, and then Rihanna's going on sale as on because she's going on tour as well. So like, I want to see all of these people, and I'm still working out my Janet tickets, but that's a whole nother issue. But $500. That's a little. I go with God. I that's all I got. I can't. Yeah. That's right.
I'll wait for someone to have their phone up during the show, and I'll watch that bootleg video on YouTube.
Lord have mercy. Anyway, I love spending time with you all, but I was a little out of it as I was cooking, and my food has been smelling up my place right now, and I've been trying to like nibble on some stuff and nibble on it here and there, but I'm hungry. So
look, here's what I'll do. I will go on Netflix and play Homecoming on mute and just listen to the sound. Listen to Renaissance.
I feel like falling in love.
I mean, the moves are still probably going to match up. So
we're gonna fuck it up tonight. She's like
unique. The shit is still going to match up. So
we're gonna fuck it up tonight.
Right. So, well, all right, kids. It's been lovely. It's been interesting, and it's been real, and it's been real interesting.
Absolutely. Thank you all. Thank you all for coming in. Please make sure that you are sharing this link with people, getting people to join and subscribe and become a part of the family. We really appreciate you all being here. But we would like to have some other people come into the family as well, because I feel like there's a lot of love that we need to share here, just amongst all of us. And plus, we want to get our show out there too. I mean, I'm just saying, we're gonna go ahead and be safe.
Exactly.
I mean, that's what we gonna do. Wait a minute. What is Link saying?
Now y'all want concert tickets.
No. So to be clear, Links, I don't know. I said that none of the songs really jumped out at me, and I was just like, it's all right.
And to be very clear, I said, like all Beyonce projects, it grows on you.
And it has grown. Like
it grew on me. I feel like I said something like a 4 or a 5 when I first listened to it. Because I think I'm in 7, 8 territory.
Yeah, I think I originally liked 2 songs on there, and then the more I keep hearing it, because everybody's playing over and over and over again. And actually, the songs I do like, I like them because of the background music. Because I love Miss Honey, and I love Moira Renee, and I love all the stuff like Kevin Prodigy and all. Like, I love the connection. That's the reason why I like them, because it's the people on it. I mean, they're not bad songs at all. And even Summer Renaissance, with the Donna Summer.
Renaissance is actually my least favorite. Renaissance is actually, what's the first one? The song that came out.
Oh, the first one that came out was the Robin "Show Me Love" song. "You Won't Break My Soul."
Yeah, that's actually my least favorite song on the whole album.
Yeah. But what I have said was, I've never seen Beyonce in concert. I would go to a Beyonce concert, but like I said, I'm not paying.
Mika's not happy. He said, "I feel like you're trying my girl tonight."
No. Listen, Mika, I got love, baby, doll, baby. I love you to death, and I respect the hell out of B, and I like her music. I do. For me, she's not my Janet, And that's okay because people will say the same thing, that Janet is not their Beyonce. And I get that. But I'm also laying the ground rules. If I'm not paying $300 for Janet, I'm not paying $300 for Beyonce. That's just what I'm saying.
I hear that.
That's it. That's all I'm saying. I likes her. She come and I think the I had to get into the bodysuit that she had on the horse. I had to get into it. It's actually pretty fucking groovy.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking groovy. I do like it. So, and I heard that whole note in Dubai. She's floating over the great.
Right.
It is. I love it. Love it. $950 for Bay. Ciao. Get the fuck out of here. I think that you're estimating it's gonna be that much links, because that's not. I don't think that's the price of the. I hope that's not the price of the ticket.
I'm just saying. I said $500, but well, first of all, I don't belong to any of these groups yet because I'm not a Beehive verified fan. I don't even know what that means, because if it involves me paying money to be a part of the fan club, then that's a no for me. I'm not part of I don't have a city credit card, so can't do that. Then the other is
Wait a minute. Hold up, Mika. Mika, hold up. Pump your brakes, because your girl looks up to her. Let's not start that, because she said it several times, and her brother. So whether it was dry or not, guess what? B likes it. But I'm not trying to get all petty. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Are you though?
I'm not trying. I'm gonna calm down. But I'm all right. I'm good.
All right, Bougie Girl says do Beehive verified pre-sale. Okay.
So, but y'all enjoy the concert, and I'm sure it's gonna be. I'm sure it's gonna be flawless. The concerts that I've seen on video of her, I think they're amazing. And I've said that I would like to go and experience a concert, because I love her music. I love a lot of stuff that she does, the visuals and everything. Like, I love it. But I'm just not paying that money for a ticket. I'm just not doing it. I just can't.
Oh, well, I have Verizon, so I can sign up for the Verizon Ups pre-sale. But anyway.
Listen, Mika, me too. 10 toes down. I'm standing there with my chest up.
Oof. All right, girls, you're both pretty. So there we go.
Mika, know I love her.
I know. All right, kids. It has been a wonderful evening as usual, and I got to do some studying because I need to get this PMP before October 24th, 2023.
Right.
So I
got to go to school.
Right, I got to start doing this reading and getting my life together. So I got to do some reading every night between now and I want to sit for the exam the first time in June. Hopefully the only time, but we got to keep it real. It's.
Are they giving you a place to actually do it, or because I told you there's a place you can go down to a mile job, but they actually have the course where you can actually do the.
Oh, I've already done the boot camp, and that was already paid for.
Oh, okay.
My other company paid for that, so that's already taken care of. But now I just actually need to do all of the studying necessary to take the exam. So,
okay, well, cool. Best of luck. I found one of my toy soldiers. This type of stuff I used to have on my desk.
Mm-hmm.
The kids got on my nerve. I would sit there, put my little toy soldiers out, and I would play with them and leave them on my desk. And people would be like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, listen, I am decompressing. You better leave me alone.
Please don't be fighting the kids at the office.
It's funny to me. It is so funny to me when I hear the kids and they come in, they just talking big shit. And then I sit back and I say to myself, none of y'all can fight. Like, none of y'all.
Listen, I say all the time, I'm not here to fight, but I'm not here to fight.
Yeah, I just laugh at that. But anyway, all right, kids, my pork chops is calling. And so I'm trying to go eat and I'm hungry, but I love y'all. Love you. Thank you so much for coming out and supporting us. We love you.
Love your bunches.
Don't forget to like.
Share. Dr. Dominion. That just means I'm a project management professional. Links. So I'm a pimp. That's what I is. You can just call me. You can call me.
You got your PMP because you
Right.
got your PIMP.
Right. I'm a pimp named Dominion. No, nigga, you say it all together like a Tribe Called Quest.
Hey, Monk Chip. Oh my God. Oh, Monk Chip. I think I've said this 72,000 times. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you coming in here too.
All right, kids. Thank y'all for coming out. God bless you and good night.
Good night.
Bye.